Good evening and welcome to Tales of Myth and Mayhem. Uh, Sorry, I really need to stop looking at chat when I'm trying to do these things. I'm Marc, the Cthulhu Kid. I will be your master for the evening. We are playing Die RPG. This is episode 4 of our campaign Shatter Footsteps. Around me, or beside me, are all these wonderful people who are playing with us. We will start by saying hello, and then I'll give a quick recap, and we'll get started with fucking these people up. So, Ashleigh, who are you? Who are you playing?
Oh, hello. So I am Ashleigh, and I am playing Selena, the God Binder. I can make deals with gods. I can owe them a favor, or they can owe me a favor. And there's a huge pantheon of gods for Selena to interact with. And I use she/her pronouns, as does Selena. And I'm going to pass us on to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris, and I am playing Quinn, the dictator, whose friends, I would say, just recently found out that her special ability is to control people with her voice. So, looking forward to actually using those powers on a few of you suckers. Ha! And I
Consent,
will.
sir, consent.
I know. And I will pass it on to Thea.
Hello, my name is Thea. I'm playing Emma. She is a loading knight, an emotion knight that feeds off on loathing, which definitely won't get her into any sort of trouble whatsoever, and hasn't already gotten her into trouble at all. So
Just
that'll be
butterflies and pink bunnies.
just nice. That town was unstable from the beginning. All the structures that were like,
It was built during austerity, so it's
yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be interesting to get into. Yeah, over to Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. I'm playing Frida, the fool. Nobody ever took her seriously. She's not going to take anybody else seriously. But on a serious note, I got robbed this week. So if you happen to be watching Robber, die in a fire. But also enjoy the show, because I'm not a complete monster.
The fuck?
Yeah, some nefarious bastard stole my laptop this week. So,
What?
The other day. But it's fine because, karma and stuff, they're going to die horribly. But if they happen to be watching, I hope you enjoy the show and then die in a fire.
Yeah, but dying in a fire is, let's make that happen. Okay,
Yeah.
that sucks. Thanks for bringing the mood down, Michelle and Robert Person.
But then we could bring it all up again.
By making people smash their heads in with rocks.
Yes, and
perfectly normal behaviour. It's
I'm gonna move it on to Patrick. No, this way. Patrick's up there.
Hi, I'm Pat, and I haven't been able to have a relationship with anybody for a number of years now.
Let's just get it all out, people. Let's get it all out.
Okay, thank you for coming to my channel that I've been trying to set up. This is really...
Don't know how that impacts upon my career. And I'm playing...
As an erotic dancer, probably not bad.
And I'm playing Paul the Neo, the sort of cyberpunk Robin Hood-esque character. And who hasn't gone yet? I think we've all gone. Chris, you went first. Ashleigh.
No, Ashleigh was first.
Ashleigh was first.
I think we've all gone.
You've all gone. You're all well past it. And as Fern says, yeah, down with robbers, fucking douches. But anyway, on to slightly happier things. Last time the group came across my exposition dump mistress, Leanne, who was able to tell them a lot about what the fuck is actually going on, about the status of some of the original paragons, the original personas who had entered this world and stayed there. Yes, that's exactly it. Extremely happy. You will all smile until your faces burst open. Yeah, sorry, I get distracted. So the after some questions were asked, some information given, Quinn decided to be an absolute bitch and pissed Leanne off and managed to get herself set out on the road, with everyone else joining them shortly after. We found they were going to a place called Necro Urbis, which was the original Distorted Echo, John. That was his kind of gaming place, kind of city, the place that he had for his domain. And as far as Leanne knew, he was still alive, although she was no longer welcome there. And they set out to see if they could find Chloe there, Frida's original persona. And not knowing which way to go, they trusted to Frida's luck. She spun around and headed directly into the forest. And that is where we left them.
Alright.
So, I might try doing some music-y shit here, so if it fucks up, it's someone else's fault. Right.
Yeah, that sounds valid.
Aye. Oh, definitely, it's definitely not my fault. It doesn't happen. You all enter the forest. The trees are very sparse at the beginning. Frida, you're up front. As you begin walking, it hits you. You've all been awake for an extremely long time now. You've not eaten. You've not had a drink other than at the inn before Callum was smashed through your table. Within moments, it starts to get darker. The trees begin to thicken just as if out of nowhere. And each and every one of you begins to feel this tiredness, this lethargy seep into you.
Has it been like sudden, or has that just built it and we just didn't realize until now?
But you probably didn't realise it's you went through all the adrenaline of I need to stop looking at chat. Do not let if I look at chat again, slap me. You had all the excitement of getting the child murderer, destroying the town full of young people and old people and shit. Meeting some magic lady who's able to teleport you about. It's been a very rough 24 hours.
Yeah.
Almost. So yeah, it kind of came suddenly, but also kind of not.
I turn around and go, alright everyone, we should sleep now. And I lie down on the ground and shut my eyes.
just
Yeah,
like
we
that.
you can't just, like, we're in the middle of the forest, we don't know where we are. Are we even heading in the right direction?
Somehow I
point-
think we are. Frida.
Oh, sorry.
Frida would. Well, I've only known Frida a few hours. The confidence that she has in the direction that she's running actually leads me to believe that we're in the right direction.
So the first part, this is more comfortable than my bed / car. And secondly, I don't know, maybe. They said that I'm good at luck. So I thought, well, I'll get lucky if I just pick a direction. And no one seemed to complain.
I think we're heading in the right direction, but as the crow flies, this is going to take us well off the road, as it already has. So we either get back on the road and try and find, I don't know, an inn, a traveler's stop, or what's probably a better idea, given that there are some people looking for us, because we did destroy a town back there.
Okay, let's not.
Let's not get bogged down with who did
It wasn't
what
a town,
to
it
who.
was just part of a town.
Just
You
part.
can destroy a full town.
Okay, fair enough.
You're not strong enough.
Am I hearing that? Is someone whispering that at me?
No, it's whispering at Emma.
Yeah, she's just cursing silently to herself, standing, off to the side. And
Your weapon is back on your back, by the way.
yeah, she
I
realizes
had the
I'm like,
last.
I stand up and I say, well, tell you what, Whatever you people decide you want to do when it comes to sleeping, eating, pooping, weeing, I'll go with it. But first thing, Quinn, I want a word.
Sure.
Before Quinn before Quinn says sure, Frida grabs Quinn and drags her to one side.
Okay. In the meantime, Emma's actually heading over to Selena and Paul.
I think Selena's probably just going, well, whatever, and sitting down like, a big tree with roots and stuff. So sitting down in a crook between some roots with her back against the tree, just like, what a day.
Yeah, you can say that again. Hey, quick request. You had earlier, I believe, like my mace, my weapon.
Yeah.
Can you just take it? I'm just gonna hand Selena the weapon.
I'm not sure I can. Last time you tried...
Just try. I want to see what it does.
Okay.
Any hands would be better than yours.
So I'm reaching out for it, and just before my hand clasps it, I say, if this does something to me, I'm going to be really annoyed at you.
But I don't know what it does. That's why I'm.
So I take hold of it, and I'm guessing nothing really happens to me, and give it a couple of experimental swings, like, well, this is a mace, all right.
Emma, you here? This would be a worthier hand.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
But you have penance to pay. So you swing me like the good little girl you are.
I won't. Never again, okay? It won't happen again.
Yes, you will.
Just forget about it, okay?
Paul puts his hand to his head and goes, Johnny 5?
Yes, distorted echo.
Are you able to detect any inns, hostelries, any location nearby that we can shelter in for the night, even if it's an abandoned building, so long as it's got a roof?
Give me an intro, please.
Intro.
Yeah, and you can add your Neo dice to it.
Ooh. What was what else?
1d10.
I think that was a good roll.
No, it wasn't.
Already.
It was, yeah.
If you roll the 1d10, just see what you get with that. Right.
Yeah.
Your mind fills with this kind of green holographic representation of the forest. What's weird about it is that you are much further from the road than you thought you were. There's a couple of things pop up in it for you. Round about you, nearby, there are 3 golden dots. And as your eyes kind of focus on them, a little kind of, an info box pops up. Fair gold available.
Oh.
And further down, further through the forest, you think maybe 4 or 5 kilometres, there's a house. From the looks of it, it looks like kind of a small cottage.
Okay. Right. 4 or 5 kilometers and points in the direction. Anybody
Which
else
was
have
the
that?
direction that Frida was
Frida.
heading.
Yeah. There's a small house, cottage. Could you guys excuse me for a moment, please? And
Go ahead.
Johnny 5, could you put in a track towards one of the fur gold that are showing on my... I just want to... Yeah.
Of course, distorted echo. And you see it pops up, just like flashing lights at an airport, leading you towards, off to the right.
All right. How far are we looking?
You're probably only about 100, 150 metres or so. Not
Right.
terribly far away. Take it, you go to it.
Yep.
You come to a tree, very old, large tree. And you see the glint of the gold nestled in the roots. There's no sound like there was the first time. It doesn't seem to be gamified like it was then.
Yeah.
And you can just see it kind of pointing out, sticking out, sorry, from between the roots of it.
I actually look around to see, is there... That seems too good. Just sitting here, I killed those things before work. What else? And looking around to actually see, can I see anything? There's nothing on the head. Johnny 5, is there any threat close right now? Or
Scanning. A couple of seconds pass. No threat detected.
okay, I lean down and pick up the fair gold.
You pick up
And
the
then
fair
he
gold.
died.
And as you stand back up, in front of you, you see two of the fair. Very tall, slightly elven-looking people. Long red robes, white masks over their faces. Distorted Echo, it is wonderful to meet you again.
Hello. Again?
The one on the left cocks his head. Apologies. You are the second Distorted Echo.
I suppose I am.
I see that you have yet to make yourself our gifts.
You're the ones who create these. Is that right?
We
Or at least provide
supply,
them.
Provide, yes. Meals are special in these worlds. They are our chosen.
And you're chosen to do what precisely?
This is not within the things that you know.
Well, okay. Not within the things I know. Is there anything that is within the things I know?
There are many things within the things you know. Do you have a specific question?
What do you want of me? Of us?
They flip a coin. This is not within the things which you know. However, the one on the right says, we have a gift. You are not the Distorted Echo that we once knew. So, you deserve the gifts that he once had. And waves his hand in front of you. You will find it in your menu. Now, you may ask us one more question before we see each other again.
He puts his hands together almost like he's praying, but just... Can you hear me saying that?
No, I missed it.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to whisper that, sorry. Whispers. Not the John I used to know. What has become of the original Distorted Echo?
Please reframe your question. Yes or no?
And he remembers what Quinn said at the end of the last session. Is the last distorted echo now a tyrant?
They flip a coin again. The right one flips it, the left one catches it and looks at it. This is among the things that have come to be. And they disappear.
And then, probably from the corner, all you hear is...
Is that an animal?
The cat, his hands would be over his head, he's screaming, and I just realised I deafened you people. Shit, sorry. I forgot. Sorry.
You weren't that loud, didn't worry.
I was probably
Okay. I'm going to go to everybody's coffee and donate £5 to apologise. But yes, a pain, anguish, frustrated.
which I imagine we can hear.
You probably
Yes.
can.
Yeah.
And he start like almost not so much a tantrum, but like the pressure, everything that's been building up today. Start of the day. First time, all I had to do. Tomorrow, I'm meant to have a meeting with the counsellor. I'm meant to see Julia again, and now this, and now this, and now this.
Emma's actually going to get up then again. She's pretty tired, looking a little bit more haggard, but trying to keep herself together. And honestly, the feelings that's swelling up again, the little bit of contempt she has for her weapon now helps making her stay focused in a weird way. She leaves the weapon with Selena, at least makes the attempt to, and then heads in the direction to see what's going on with Paul.
You're there in seconds. Paul, you see Emma approaching with a mace in her hand.
Of course.
He is just slumped without. Have you ever seen somebody like their legs just? It's not even so much like they crumple, but just they slide down onto the ground.
Hey, are you? I mean, I'm sorry. Did something happen? I mean,
I don't even know where to begin.
I mean, we're all pretty tired, so you can try me if there's something you wanna.
Tired. I've been tired for the last goddamn 10 years. I'm fucking exhausted now. Thanks, Emma. Sorry, I shouldn't be so short.
No, it's fine. I've been pretty short myself these last hours. Anything I can get you?
How far away is the other Fairgold from where I'm sitting?
Probably about another 100 meters or so.
If you go in 100 meters that way, you'll see a little gold coin. Could you bring it over? It's not that I'm being lazy or that. I need a moment.
Yeah, no, sure. I got it.
Thank you.
Is it like what's it called? The gold stuff?
Fairgold, yes.
Fair gold. Okay, I'll try. Just stay put, okay?
Yeah.
I got you.
So Emma heads off to get the gold, and we'll cut back to just before to Frida and Quinn.
So, Quinn, do you like cocaine?
Excuse me?
Would you like some
Sponsored
cocaine?
by cocaine.
No.
That's perfectly fine, because I asked because I'd like to be your friend. Would you like to be my friend?
Friend is an interesting term. Define what you mean as a friend.
Comrades who look after each other. Through a very, very difficult time for the both of us, for all of us.
I think it's a difficult time for all of us, but I just want to see what my benefit out of this situation would be. I mean, don't get me wrong. We are all stuck to each other by circumstance, of course. And keeping you alive, as well as you keeping me alive, is of course in my best interest.
Exactly.
I'm still trying to figure out who these people are, who you are, and all of these other people, especially those two fuckers who brought us here. And until I know the lay of the land, I'm not sure I want to be forming any alliances or allegiances. We're not on fucking Survivor, are we?
Well, here's what I'm thinking. Craig and Callum aside, the only people who you know here are us. The only people who are potentially going to be on your side is us. And also, I can be quite nice. I just offered you the last of my cocaine. That's how nice I am. And I'm a coke addict, Quinn.
To be fair, you did want to share it with a child murderer.
I wasn't aware he was a child murderer at the time.
This is just flashback to when we were in Aber.
Look, I don't know what your part in all of this is.
Well, I can tell you if you like.
All I know is that Callum and that bitch Selena somehow convinced that weird emo girl over there to get us all to meet. And next thing I know, we're stuck in fucking twisted gothic Narnia.
I can empathize with your situation because I got told there was a gig happening where I would be paid £60. And that's why I came to the house, because I believed I was going to be performing stand-up for you all for £60. And I don't have that £60, and I didn't do any stand-up. That is why I'm here. So
Okay.
I hope that means that you can trust me. So would you agree that at least we should look out for each other's interests and try and look after each other as friends do for the foreseeable? Because the way I see it, we're all you've got and you're all we've got.
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way. I think so far you have brought forward the smartest ideas in this group. The psycho goth girl over there who just leveled an entire fucking village, I don't throw her as far as I can throw. Like, I don't trust her as far as I can throw her.
Throw as fast as I can trust her.
Then the weird fella who keeps on talking to himself, whose friend is probably now, I don't know, ruling his kingdom with an iron fist while he talks about dismantling the system. He seems quite stable, constantly talking to that weird computer in his head. And then the last one, I don't know who she's talking to, but let's be very honest. I am not sure I can rely on anyone in this group to stay alive.
I would disagree with that point because everyone is dealing with a very difficult situation in their own way, and you need to have some empathy for that. But I will say that they will prove themselves to you, I'm sure. But now I can say, you know, we're on the same page. So I'd like to just say one thing. If you ever use your power on me and Chloe in the real world, which I will drag you back to, I will cut your head off, shit down your neck, cut it into pieces, and send it to everyone you love. Do you understand?
I don't even know how my power works yet, to be honest. So,
Well, you probably should find out, because I'll do it. I'm not the most experienced in what I just described to you, but you should know I've had experience.
okay. Sounds
But apart from that,
like you have a
friends, I will look after you.
plan. Mm-hmm.
But that is the one exception. Agreed?
That wonderful smile, we will cut to Selena. She sat down in the folds of the roots of a tree.
Yeah, sat down and has sort of taken the opportunity of everybody else stepping off for a few minutes. Can vaguely hear, like, the fact that Quinn and Frida are talking to each other. Can't catch any of the words, but just that modulated up and down that indicates that a conversation is taking place. And can't really see the other two. So I've just taken the opportunity to put my head back on the tree and go, oh, what the fuck am I doing here?
You hear a voice. First of all, you hear a kind of chittering. Then you hear a voice. Selena, darling, it has been a while. I thought you had your little cult over by the coast. You were staying away from the trees. You forgot your friends?
I don't think. I'm not who you're looking for. I came here looking for someone. Someone who can do the same things that I can do. But if you know that the person I'm looking for is by the coast, then
Sorry, Juno. Yeah, apologies.
yes, don't worry, is by the coast, then I'd love to talk to you. Hello, I'm Selena.
Ah, the sister. And as you hear the voice, you hear the kind of legs, the feet tapping on the dirt. And in front of you, you see a woman with the body of a spider. So kind of like a centaur, the back of a spider, body going up, and antlers coming out of her head.
Nice. Well,
Juno called me Davina. It's nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too, Davina. Having taken all of this in, Selena has had to stifle herself from going. As a lifelong arachnophobe, I can say that quite comfortably. But she's managed to restrain herself and just manages a bit of a. Rather than jumping away. Like, okay. A pleasure to meet you, Davina. And are you a god?
Some people call me such. You find yourself in my domain. In fact, this is quite close to where I met your sister a long time ago, before we had our falling out.
You've. Okay. Can I ask you some questions? I guess by asking you that, I didn't give you much of a choice.
You can ask. I may not answer, but you can ask.
So you met my sister, but you fell out. How did you fall out?
We had a slight disagreement over one of my children.
Okay, that's wildly non-specific, but okay. But you call Jules my sister. She is, or she was Juno?
Yes, that was the face you wore here.
But she's still here. There is still somebody here who came into this world like me. Oh, he's alive. She's alive. Oh,
We have not talked in a long time. In the city where she went, nature is not quite accepted.
city. Okay. Do you know the name? The place?
I do not. I do not care for the city's men. I do not care for where the wild is not allowed, is not grow. They pushed us back. And I'm done with them.
Well,
However, Juno and I were friends for quite a long time. I can forgive her trespasses. And you do not bear the sins of your sister.
I don't intend to. I seek her. I am looking for my sibling. But first, we just want to get somewhere safe. Is there somewhere near here that you would think that people from the realm of humans would consider safe? A building. Somewhere we can shelter for the night.
There is a building not far. However, if you wish merely safety, I can, of course, make sure you're protected.
Okay. Would you want something from me to do that?
I see you know exactly how this works.
I do my best to learn quickly. She says with an inflated sense of irony.
So, Selena, what would you be willing to do for safety within within my forest?
If there's something that's causing you trouble, something that's a threat to you, I might see if I could deal with that threat. Maybe come to some non-violent solution, or if necessary, I can use this weapon you see on my back.
I recognize that weapon. You and your sister share so much.
Yes, well, this whole thing was her idea, and I'm still getting used to thinking about her in terms that everybody else in this world seems to do. But yes, I'm quite fond of this hammer. It's ridiculously oversized, but there's something very satisfying about a good swing.
She touches the tip of it, and you see kind of green vines circle round it and infuse themselves into it. Just as a kind of like green thread going through the metal of the hammer.
Cool. Thank you.
You're most welcome, Selena. You may have safety for as long as you need. There will come a time, likely when you're in the forest, where you will come across some minor echoes.
Echoes. Now, do you
from
mean...
Necroherbis.
So you do mean fallen?
No,
Those...
not fallen. They call themselves echoes.
I see.
They are removing my children. They are removing trees. They are making room for their war machines.
Right.
If you come across them, you deal with them. They should be gone. If you see them harming a creature, they must be punished. This is the deal which I want from you. If you don't see any, then you have safety in my woods regardless.
I thank you. I will do my best.
So you can take one god level in Davina Alley.
The God of
Goddess
the Wild. Yep. Thank you very much. Very cool god description, by the way. Very fond. That's great.
I don't know if Chris is making that face because he recognises the character or not. No? Man, you don't remember other games. Useless.
Okay, so level 1, which means I can do the Furious Briars.
You see her walk off into the trees, blends in and disappears.
So I'm kind of caught between looking at that and the hammer, which is still kind of got this faint greenness to it as it slowly fades away. And I'm like, oh, I did. So putting the hammer back behind me and being stood up by this point and seeing whoever's nearest.
You see Emma walking off in the direction kind of perpendicular to where you were. Emma, you set off with the weapon continuously muttering at you. And now you're just a fetch girl.
Well, I'll probably go and join Emma, I think. Walk to her and say, I think we're safe in these woods when we're ready to rest.
We are?
Yeah, I spoke to a friend of mine, and it looks like these woods are pretty safe for us.
A friend of yours? You mean the god you had close to you? What was his name? Hados something?
No, someone different, actually. She called herself Divina, and I'm pretty sure she's the goddess of the wild.
Wait, hang on, Selena, you have multiple gods?
I believe I do. I think this world has multiple gods. There isn't just one here. There probably isn't just one back home, but I think all the different elements of this place are ruled by a god, and I think my power, as it were, is that I can talk to them.
Okay, that's very handy. It seems
Yeah.
like I only have one douchebag who keeps talking with me, and I can't switch, it seems, so...
Yeah, your mace just disappeared out of my hand earlier on.
Yeah, I noticed.
So where are we heading?
Well, it seems Paul isn't feeling so good. I'm helping out finding some of that fey gold. He seems to believe it's close by.
Okay. Well, I'll come with you. You never know. Might need some help.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I just hope he's okay. Seems like he's doing all he can.
I think
Do you know what was up with Frida and Quinn?
I do not, and I'll be honest, I guess I'm a little scared of both of them. Frida just operates on a different level to any of us. Just the thought process seems to work very differently, and Quinn, I can't shake the feeling that she just hates me. But I barely said a word to her.
Like me, that's pretty clear.
I'm not sure she likes anyone, but who am I to judge?
I mean, Frida seems nice. I didn't speak with her that much, but
Yeah, I think definitely some level of neurodivergence there. There's a little, jumping around in terms of trains of thought. I think we can probably suggest,
oh yeah,
you know,
I read about
not
that. Yeah, you're probably right.
not entirely neurotypical, but again, most of my friends back home aren't. So
I was thinking actually maybe you should apologize to all of them. I feel kind of
Why?
bad.
What do I need to
We
apologize?
we cooperated with Callum, kind of.
Oh.
I mean, we didn't know what we were heading into.
How could we? How could we know?
I didn't, but
But
I still feel
okay.
bad.
Well, now I do as well. Okay.
Just a
Yeah.
short thing, not a big speech. I don't know. Just
Would now be a good time for Frida to come back, or is that?
Yeah. Before Frida gets back, Paul, after a moment, Johnny 5 pipes up. New software has finished installing.
Hmm?
Stealth mode
Oh.
can now be activated at the cost of 1 fair gold.
Wait. What does stealth mode? Does stealth mode? How does it work? Other beyond the 1 fair gold. How can it?
With fair gold, we can use our stealth technology to make you undetectable by other parties. I need a better robot voice, man.
We'll buy you a soundboard for your birthday.
Voice mod.
Yeah, I've got voice, but I need to pay for it if I want to use it properly.
Fair enough. Go invisible. That's the least crazy thing that's happened to me today. Oh fuck! And he pulls himself up. It's like, doesn't even feel bad anymore. It's just making me wonder. And he runs up to catch up with Emma and Selena.
You catch up with them where just as they're getting to this other piece of fair gold. As you see the shining just covered in dirt in front of you, your eye catches something a little bit beyond.
Okay.
Stone, it looks like a face, like a head, sticking up out of the ground, stone.
Hmm.
And it looks like Paul did when he was 16.
So, I mean, is it just the face, or is it like a full pop, or
It's like,
Like-
the head kind of sticking out, kind of the lying sideways in the dirt, kind of half buried.
walk up to him? What on earth?
And it's perfectly chiselled. It looks exactly like you did it back then.
Is it like a sort of stone, or is it made out of dirt?
It looks
What
like
is
a
it?
statue. Well, the head of a statue.
Does that hold significance to you, Paul?
That's me. That's me when I was 16.
What? Emma goes a little bit closer to actually look
Oh.
at it and look back at. Okay.
God, it even has. Like, you can even see the awful undercut I got that year.
Oh wait, it is. Yeah, this is definitely similar. Sure, I can see it.
Oh, and even has the little stud I had put in. Oh, they made me take that out before I went in for my GCSEs.
Huh.
Wait a minute. And he kneels down and starts trying to sort of dig it out a bit. It's like, Johnny Five, can you scan this object and give me a digital representation of what it looks like, or?
Scanning. And 3 seconds later, you see under the ground, there's maybe the shoulders that's kind of broken off. But it's like a full-on life-size, life-scale statue.
What the hell?
Searching. I have found the rest, if you would like to see it. 15 meters north.
Wait, what?
Okay, and gets up and starts, of course, walking towards it. It's like, why is there a statue of me?
I don't know. I'm as puzzled as you are.
Sorry, I have a talk. Can't listen to talk out loud.
But we've all lost somebody to this place, right? That's why we're here. That's why we were gathered, right? Because we all lost someone. So maybe the person that you lost, Paul, made this of you.
John made music. He made graffiti. We posted, but marble. I assume it's marble. I
Yeah,
can't
it's
pull it. Marble.
Yeah,
Go
but
up to the next part, and yeah. But
well,
why
Paul,
out here?
it has been 20 years, and you have a computer inside of your head, body. I mean, marble cut stone. It's not that uncommon.
Yeah. But why here?
Yeah,
We're in the middle of the forest. We're actually quite a bit away from the road.
it's a good question.
Yeah.
Emma's actually gonna, while Paul is looking for the parts, she's gonna look for the fake gold. Is it like, can she see it?
It's just you sitting there, shining in the dirt. Just like not far from the hedge, just a few meters.
She grabs it. Does anything happen as you touch it, or is it?
No, there's a slight tingle, but then it's gone, as if it realizes it's not the right person.
Well, I have the gold, the fake gold.
Oh, thank you. He's walking. It's almost like he's forgot about the fey gold. It's what
I'll just hold on to it. Paul.
You then see it is lying broken off. The feet are stuck on a kind of stone plinth, and the rest of the body is fallen backwards, shattered.
Why am I on a plinth? Is there anything on the base of the plinth? Any writing? Anything like that?
There's what do you call it? Plaque. Here lies Paul, the second Echo. Died freeing the citizens of Necrorbis. And I think that's where we'll leave it for a break just now.
Yeah.
So, if you're ready, we will be back in 5-10 minutes, okay? Oh, 5 minutes. And we're back, and no more talking about feet. I swear to God, I will just kill off all your characters. Except my
Just
feet.
for the record,
If you have a foot fetish type 1 in chat.
What?
Do
so
not
everyone's
do that.
aware, during the break, I did search for all of our feet on WikiFeet, and not a single image came up. So if you want to change that,
You know where to
feel
find us.
free.
Yeah. We can re-in the cameras, sort of shit, but, on the QT. Anyway, before we were so rudely interrupted by a
That's my
break, which I
life
called
icon.
for. I know. It's fucking terrible, isn't it? Anywho, what? I don't know. Ah, fuck, I lose the plot of time. Last time, just before we went on break, we came across a broken statue of Paul as a teenager with a plaque commemorating his death in service of freeing the people of Necrorbis.
Is this someone's idea of a warning?
Yeah, this is weird.
This,
Emma?
and if they put it out here, then they know this is the route we're taking. Not only that, they know that we're coming.
But who are they?
Hmm.
The bastards behind it all.
I was there that day, Emma.
What?
Willow and I brought down many of those from Necrorbis. Paul died like a weakling, the sidekick that he was, fighting alongside his precious, distorted Echo.
You keep saying a lot of stuff I don't agree with, and I'm not sure I should trust you at all. So, what's to say you're just making
You
this
don't
up
have to trust me.
rise at me, or something? I don't know.
You're probably the most powerful one here, and you're too weak to use it. I don't have
I
to lie
choose.
to you.
So, what are you saying? That
Yeah,
that
that
Paul
statue
did the previous-
there, we had a battle here. If you search about, you'll find more remnants of it.
She'll actually
remember
start
it.
searching to see if she can find remnants of a battle or something.
Give me, I've forgotten what all the stats are, bro.
Because she doesn't trust this mace at all.
You can give me, give me an int roll, please.
An intro,
An int roll.
sure. I believe that's not sufficient.
Let's see, what'd you get? Nope, it's not. You're unable to find anything, but the statue looks quite old, so it could be the things are just too far buried.
Okay, so my little mace friend claims that there was a battle here long ago that he or they or it participated in.
Thank you.
They, okay. And that your predecessor, I don't know, who was the person to you, Paul?
What, John? Or the statue? That's
Yeah.
me.
Well, they claim that you died.
I most certainly did not. As you can see right here.
Well, I don't know. It's just riddles with this person anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't even.
There's a cottage hut, something not that far away. I say we grab the others. And oh, wait, no. There's one more Faygold. Hold on, Fairgold. Hold on a second. Heart close to
Well,
mine.
I have one for you here.
Oh,
Would you like it now?
oh, thank you. But there's actually a third one. And he goes traipsing over to the third one, sort of slightly muttering under his breath.
The third one's actually over where Frida and Quinn were talking.
All right, so start heading towards them.
Okay.
We're
He's
just
a little bit distracted.
Yeah.
it's been a long day. I think it's okay, and I
Yeah.
think if you find a statue of a younger version of yourself describing your death thousands of years in a past that hasn't happened yet, that's probably liable to throw anybody off.
Sure. Yeah, point taken.
Let's keep our eyes out for any more random statues of ourselves.
I didn't expect we would run into anything like this when I get the forums. This is kind of way out of anything.
This is so far beyond what we thought would happen. Not only have we been pulled into some strange world, but it turns out that the people who went missing 20 years ago are still here.
It's insane.
Come on, let's keep an eye on everyone. Because if
Yeah.
I start breaking down about this, I'm not sure I'll ever stop. So let's get to this place
Fair.
with a roof and get some sleep.
And we should be safer, according to your...
According to Davina, the god of the wild. She looked like a spider. I nearly jumped out of my skin.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Again,
It was pretty cool, actually. She had a spider lower section and the body of a person, but with antlers as well. It's wonderful.
what
Really, really strong aesthetic. Yeah. Anyway, how's your little mace friend? Are they being appropriately quiescent?
Oh, they're being awful.
Sorry to
Being
hear
very
that.
awful.
It never said a word to me.
Well, it seems it wants to get under my skin, and it has plenty of times. I'm trying not to let it, but let's just focus on...
Is that what happened when you blew up all of those houses?
Okay, that wasn't... I don't know what happened there. I was just so frustrated, and I hated whatever was going on. I just wanted to release some way to get that energy out or whatever, and I struck down at the beast. Oh yeah, I didn't tell you about that.
No, you didn't.
Well,
Short version?
Short version. The thing we fled from in the sewers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it wasn't quite dead, I believe, but I found it on the ground. I think maybe Callum did something to it. Maybe, I'm not sure.
God.
But I was just so pent up. I wanted to release. I didn't want to do that. That's the thing, right?
Well, I guess we've all got to be careful with the powers that we seem to have here.
Yes, I agree.
Because I'm pretty sure this place has a god of war, and with a couple of whispered words I could get rid of all of you, but I'm not sure. Why would I do that? So, and then I jokingly wag my finger and say, so don't get on my nerves.
Emma actually takes a pause in her walking, and just looks at Selena for a long time.
You could destroy her before she whispered a word to one of her little godlings. The Emotion Knights. What did Willow call us? We are tanks.
Okay, is there an off switch on you, a Tyrant? Can I switch it? And...
There is one, but you wouldn't like it.
No, I don't have an off switch.
Sorry, I'm speaking to my weapon.
Ah, understood. Well, I'm just gonna... And she just kind of walks off slightly awkwardly.
Yeah. Emma is gonna follow behind a little bit towards this house. Are we hungry? Are we
I imagine so, yeah.
Yeah, we haven't eaten in a long
Hungry,
time.
tired,
Yeah.
huddled masses. Frida, Quinn?
I approach. Are we approaching?
Well, Paul's coming
Oh,
over towards you to pick up the last bit of Fairgold.
Oh, hey, Paul.
Eh,
Me and Quinn have decided to be friends.
that's nice.
Do you want to be friends?
Yes, I would.
Great! I go over and shake Paul's hand emphatically. Do you like cocaine?
I gave it up years ago.
Ah, that's fair enough. I don't want to fuck with your sobriety. You know, that's not what friends do. Am I right? Hey, am I right?
Points behind Quinn and Frida. 4 kilometers that way, there is a cabin that we can shelter down in.
Fantastic.
Great.
We all start.
Quinn keeps moving.
Where you pick up the gold,
Yep.
you see the remnants of a broken weapon. You think kind of sticking out near it, old and rusted.
Try to pull it out. What does it look like? A gun? An axe?
It's like the hilt of a sword with a broken off blade.
All who wander are not lost.
Is it sticking out the ground?
You kind of just the very helpful. The only reason that I've always able to see it was because we're bending down to pick up the fair gold.
Gotcha.
Turns to Emma. Remnants of that battle?
I told you.
I guess so. So you weren't lying then. Sorry,
can't
I'm
lie.
talking to my weapon again. I should. Sorry.
I have no need to lie.
Well, you lie to me a lot. You tell me I'm worthless and useless, and that's not true.
Okay. Call that lying if you wish. You need
So-
me, Emma. Selena.
So for a moment, Selena just sees the broken hilt of the sword and then steps away again and says, Davina?
You hear clattering the legs on the loam. Yes, darling.
This battle we've been told about, all these remnants of broken weapons and statues, before your time?
No. I was here for that. It was
happened?
an epic battle.
Well, who was it? Was it the goodies versus some other goodies in a misguided attempt or some sort of ambush? What happened?
Your sister was part of a group of heroes, paragons. They helped form these worlds. This is where we first met, just before the battle. She called upon my help. And we helped them. We tore
Did
down
they-
the armies of Necroarbus and freed the people. And eventually, Distorted Echo took their place as ruler. But that was long after.
But you're making it sound like this was hundreds, thousands of years ago.
No,
People we knew.
merely 20 years as you count them. 18. I don't take care of the time as much.
Right.
Sometimes time goes faster, sometimes it goes slower.
Okay. Well, thank you. I'd kick myself if I didn't ask.
That is not a problem. There are many things that we can share. This is but a small taste of the knowledge that you can receive. And when you speak to Hados, tell him I said hello.
I certainly will. And with a little smile, she just sort of, gives her that look of like, yeah, cool, I like you. Thank you, Davina. Pleasure to see you again.
A pleasure, darling. And again, she kind of disappears. The antler's just the last thing you see.
Did we see this?
Did they? That's up to you.
To me, I guess. I think probably yes for that one, because that was just a perfectly simple interaction, and she kind of wants to show off, I think.
And it's also a home.
It's a home. So this is where she's the most powerful, and that's information that we would all have been interested in hearing. So I think she probably appeared to all of us just then.
Emma would just be staring then and I'd be like in awe.
Is no one going to talk about the giant woman with the horns and the spider body?
That's Davina. She's the god of the wild here.
Yeah, she's Selena's friend.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
Did
she's
you
my
offer
friend.
her cocaine? That's the.
Speaking of friends, me, Paul, and Quinn have become friends. Would you like to be friends?
Sure.
You like some cocaine?
It's been a while since I did it, and I don't want to stay awake. I'm too tired for cocaine. I want to get some sleep.
That's entirely fair. See, what I thought was good was me and Quinn became friends, and because we're friends, that means you're all friends with Quinn.
Yes.
Wait, you became friends just now.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I figured we may as well become comrades here because, in reality, we're the only ones that we can all rely on, and you're the only ones really here that I can rely on. So, and I don't know how friends work and how you become them, so I thought I'd try and expedite the process out of, because I quite like you all, but also out of a survival thing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So
I'd love to be your friend, Frida. You
Fantastic. Would you like some coke?
As I told you earlier, I don't really touch that stuff.
Fair enough. You know what? More for me. More for me.
So on that subject, Emma and I were talking earlier, and
Yes.
is Quinn present for this? I'm guessing we're all in largely the
I guess
same
we're all
place.
walking towards the cabin. That's how I'm seeing it.
Yeah. We had no idea what Callum had in mind. I mean, how on earth could we have thought that we'd end up somewhere like this? This is so much, but for what it's worth, I'm sorry that I conspired with him. I'm sorry that I believed him when he said he just wanted to get into their headspace. I had no idea we'd end up here. How could I? But for what it's worth, I'm sorry. I wish we'd never been brought here.
Yeah, I'll chime in with that as well. I am sorry. I feel maybe especially to you, Frida, because I don't know. I felt like I know I sort of gave you a warning, but I didn't know what the warning was for, really. So I'm just sorry. Sorry for everything. This is messed up.
Frida just looks at Quinn like this.
I think it's hit our system. Excuse me.
Quinn just kind of mutters under her breath, "Fuck the both of you," and just keeps walking.
I just
Yeah,
turn around and
that's
say,
fair.
I'm working on it. And I follow Quinn.
Quinn, did Quinn hear that I'm working on it? Quinn turns around and says, "You don't have to work on shit. Let's just be very honest. The two of you had a very simple choice to make. You invited 3 other random strangers to come give their condolences to the people they loved who disappeared 20 years ago, conspired in a secret little group to do some bullshit instead of openly talking to us about it and maybe having our consent from the get-go to say, hey, we don't give a fuck. We'd rather stay at home. You know? So even if you didn't know that we'd be sucked into gothic Neverland here, Fuck you. That's all I can say. And now that I have it off my chest, I can move forward, and I hope you guys can too.
Yeah,
I'm gonna increase
all right.
my loading to 1 again, if that's okay. Well, Emma doesn't say anything. She just stews a little bit. Doesn't say anything.
Yeah, Selena's kind of looking at the ground and saying, "Yep, that's fair enough. That's entirely fair enough." And sort of starts shuffling along after Quinn and Frida.
Paul,
Yep.
you leading the way?
Yeah. You know, honestly, something I've been thinking about, well, a couple of things, and something Davina mentioned. Created this world. Something. How are they actually? Because Necron Urbis. You know what that was? That was a fictional city John and I used as a location for some of our songs. It never existed. It was meant to be the grim, oppressive, capitalist society that only two 16-year-olds in 2005 could produce. Okay? It never physically, or actually no, wait, 2002 could produce. Never physically existed, right?
It does now.
Exactly. And Callum's brother, that was his city that we left. How much of this have they shaped themselves? How much have they brought into existence? And if they've been able to bring it in, since we're playing their characters, how much can we shape? Can we shape anything?
I think at the very least, the thing to consider is that you are an expert in where we're going.
It was Gotham from the Tim Burton movies. It was Dark. It was the city from Dark City. It was Detroit and the Crow. It was every Rage Against the Machine song and Craft song. It was...
This place sounds amazing.
It was T.S. Eliot's Wasteland. It was everything we could throw in to try and create this bed of angst and misery and oppression that would lead to rebellion. It was basically a case. It was imagine two kids who have read a Wikipedia page on Das Kapital, creating a fictional city to set their fanfic in, and you've got it.
I want to go there.
I mean, we are heading there.
Well, that's good.
Oh, this is gonna be awesome. Me and my friends in this fucked up town. We're gonna go to clubs. We're gonna go to weird night spots. We're gonna go back to some guy's flat called Chaz, and we're gonna get there. And it's gonna be full of the wall's gonna be full of swords, and it's gonna freak us out. We're gonna run into the night screaming because he's terrifying. It's gonna be amazing.
I think
Michelle,
we're just
once again speaking from memory.
I think we're just there to find John, aren't we?
One step at a time.
But then there's something else I've been thinking about. It was something Lorraine mentioned. It was Lorraine. Marc,
Leanne.
wasn't it? Leanne.
Yeah.
Leanne mentioned. Your sister, Selena, reached out to Callum to lead him into this game.
Chloe did.
Chloe did. Chloe, sorry. It was Chloe. Chloe reached out to lead Callum into the game. Who reached out to lead Chloe, John, Callum's brother, and the rest in?
wasn't this part of their like after-school dumbass club that they had back then? I'm sorry to put it this way. I just knew Freya was hanging out with these weird kids every, what was it? I think Thursday. And I don't know, they did some weird shit back then. They were always switching up their hobbies.
Yeah, but I've heard of kids joining the theater club. I've never heard of them suddenly ending up in Victor Hugo's Les Miserables.
Yeah, I mean,
See what I'm getting at?
playing a role-playing game is very different from entering one, which it seems like weird.
I mean, are we
I
going to run
think-
into some Aleister Crowley shit?
Well, there's two options here, right? Either they were just sitting down to play a game because kids play role-playing games, or these are all a bunch of kids that probably wanted to escape something and maybe they did it on purpose.
Yeah, but how?
How? How would they do it on purpose? How would they even know how to do that? We
I
didn't.
don't
We
know.
just blundered in.
Well,
And
we're
using-
walking towards a place that we think has two of these people in it, so we could just go and ask them.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, didn't Craig, wasn't that Callum's?
Yeah.
No, didn't he mention something about this was his world?
That's right, he did. So what does that mean? Does that mean that each...
Who goes there?
Hello!
You see in front of you, kind of older looking man. Sunlight barely coming through the canopy of the treetops. Standing
Hello,
just in
good
front
sir.
of this cottage.
Hello, good sir. My name's Frida. This is my band of friends. We were just wandering through this forest looking for a place to bed down for the night. How are you doing, sir?
John, is that you?
You've
Well, you're looking at John's dad, Andrew.
no. I left you. I left you at the home. You can't be here.
Donna, John's back.
Donna? No.
What's going on, Paul? What?
What is this?
This is John's parents.
What?
Donna comes out. She's got a bowl or something in her hand. She's making food, John, I'm making your favourite. It's almost ready. Come on in.
How the fuck is that possible?
Particularly since she died 7 years ago now.
They said that we would have an impact. If our friends, our brothers and sisters all had an impact, maybe part of that impact is some of the people who are here. Without realizing it, they've put some of themselves into this place. Maybe this is another echo, an echo of John's parents.
Is this what an echo is like?
Your guess is as good as mine, but maybe.
They're wearing clothes like, they were talking about Robin Hood before, but like the peasants, or not peasants, villagers and back then, so homemade, homespun clothing. You can see that the dad, Andrew, has got like a kind of dog collar on, but it's not like a Christian one. It's got red and black design on it. John, come in. It's so good to see you. And I see you've got other friends now, not like that new crowd you've been running with. You're the mother who says, "Little echoes." They'll never replace Paul. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
You're looking really good. Really, city life must be doing so well for you.
It is. It is. I'm sorry I haven't been able to get out as much. It's it's like trying to work in the city. Come in.
Don't worry. Come on. Come. We're making dinner. Just come in. Andrew, go set the extra places. Who are your friends? Introduce us.
Oh, yes, this is.
These are the ones you came with before. But that was
Yes!
back for
Yeah,
the
you
war.
remember them.
You all
That's
look
great,
so
yeah.
young.
Oh, well, that's what city living's kind of like.
We use great face cream.
Yeah, there's some really good fresh food available in the city now. It's helps you keep your figure.
Yeah,
Oh,
speaking
John, I
of
wish you would allow us
food,
to go to the city. We'd love to come visit you.
Why won't they let you go to the city?
Come on in. And Donna goes in, still stirring in the bowl.
I mean, I am pretty hungry. Maybe we could just...
Let's just go. It's just.
Is he nice?
They were nice. Yeah, I mean, I know
Wait, you said one of them. You said one of them's dead.
one of them died. She had a stroke about 2018.
How is she here? Like, is this like a ghost or...
Wait.
I don't understand.
If Paul doesn't know it, that his mother's died.
Wait, the fuck? Are you saying these are like his imagined memory of his...
The echoes.
Did Paul have a good relationship with his parents?
He had a teenage relationship with his parents whenever we were last there. I mean, remember what we all got on with our parents? I mean, like, come on. I thought my parents were frickin' fascists. They weren't.
She
Yeah.
said something about Paul's friends. She called them something. What was it? She
Little
said,
echoes.
why does that ring a bell?
Well, the character that I'm playing, that John's playing, is Distorted Echo. So they're fucking sidekicks. They're his fucking sidekicks.
What do you mean?
Like Green Arrow and Sparky and Wolverine and the rest of the X-Men. The Echoes are the it's Jackson and the Jackson. It's Michael and the Jackson Five. This is
Batman and all of the Robins.
yes.
You're talking about like companions, like a companion in a role-playing like computer
No,
game.
Like a role play, like an NPC who follows that character around.
But by the way, we've got these nice people who are inviting us in to give us food. And if they turn out to be evil devil people, I mean, one of us talks to gods, one of us practically is a god, one of us has a big fat city-destroying sword, I'm a freak, and, Paul's got a robot. I think we're going to be fighting against two elderly people who are armed with wooden spoons. Let's go in and get some food. And Frida just walks in.
Well, Emma is pretty hungry, so she's gonna actually follow.
Yeah. I think Selena will do the same, just being driven by... She didn't realize how... didn't realize how hungry she was until she smelled the food. And now she's just kind of drifting in. Like that kind of cartoon thing where someone is... smells some food and they just immediately drift towards it. It's like that.
You all head in. Selena, as you go in, something suddenly feels cut. So there's some kind of background noise in your head when you enter the house. It's gone. It's silent. The rest of you are all in. And Paul, just before you enter, the dad stops you. His hand on your shoulder. You haven't had your last punishment, boy. We'll talk about it after dinner. Make sure and say your prayers before you eat. And we'll leave it there for tonight.
No!
Oh, you.
No!
More.
Dare you!
I would go longer, but I'm actually really tired. The kids are back at school, so it's
Oh,
That's right, blame the kids.
Oh, I always blame the kids. That's why I had them. That's Anita and I worked out have kids, so then we can just blame everything on them.
You've got excuses.
no, you have
Thank you,
children,
Castor,
so
thank
you
you,
have access to a kidney later on in life.
Well, that as well. But my kidneys are fairly good anyway. And I also do it so that when people say about me buying toys, I say it's for the kids, not because I'm embarrassed, just because you get less shit for that. But then when they come to the house, like, no, the cool toys are mine, not theirs. They can fuck off. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you're watching now or watching a VOD, follow the channel, like the video, subscribe, all that sort of shit. Let us know what you thought of it, if you liked it, if you didn't. I don't really give a shit. Just tell us it's good and make me feel happy. Yeah, so we'll say goodbye. You tell us what you thought of the session, any plugs you want to give, and we'll start again with Ashleigh. How was your night?
Oh yes, it was a good one. I like how we're kind of moving towards, as I've said in the break, you're trailing stuff quite nicely. So I'm looking forward to getting really into it. And I like how we've all had even the briefest of conversations now. And yeah, look, we are sorry. And I know you hate us. And that's kind of fair enough, actually. But
Yeah.
But yes, so yeah, it's very good. Well done, team. Good role playing, I think. And Michelle and I do a podcast called What the Trans, because if people that hate trans people are going to use trans as a 4-letter word, then we're going to make it one. So What the Trans, you can find us on the Spotify, Apple Music. We have a website, social media, all that stuff. Check it out if you're interested in two trans women being extremely sarcastic about things. And I
And you
will
should be.
pass. Yes, indeed. And I will pass to Patrick.
Hi, I'm Pat. I sometimes write over iffy film reviews at Filmhound. I spend most of my time hiding from the sun, working with historical objects. And I want to plug the industrial workers of the world, as I do every week. Join up, solidarity. But I also I went to a radical book fair in Belfast, and I met a lot of cool people. And one of the coolest ones I came across was the Small Trans Library. And they are mostly based in Dublin, but they also do stuff in Belfast through Paperclips, the queer bookshop in Belfast. And
Nice.
this is, and you can find them at smalltranslibrary.org. They're also based in Glasgow.
We'll
but
stick some links on YouTube as well.
Yeah, so if you get a chance, go over, give them a shout, give them a support, as well as Paperclips. And what else do I want to plug? Old Gods of Appalachia is a horror anthology podcast that I really like and I've been able to get to listen to again. I have no connection to it besides being a fan, but what the hell? If I like it, you should like it too. And I'm going to pass it over to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I had such a blast tonight, and I don't really have anything to plug at the moment. Sometimes I do stream, but I haven't streamed in a while. I make music. That's kind of what I've been doing without streaming.
He made our theme.
Yeah, I made the theme song for this. Anyhow, yeah, an evening full of twists and turns that M. Night Shyamalan could not have Shyamalan himself out of. Don't look that question like I'm just rambling right now. I had fun. Thank you all so much for the great exchanges today.
That much.
And I'm going to pass it on to Michelle.
Hi, Michelle. Ashleigh and Pat plugged the things I would want to plug. So instead, I'm going to plug not taking cocaine. Because we've had a lot of fun here tonight.
That is
Ladies,
against
gents, and everyone in
the
between.
ethos of this channel. Thank you very much. Don't you dare, Michelle. Don't you dare.
No, because I think that there should be equality in all
so
things. And I think that like some people are going to really enjoy cocaine and some people aren't. And to those people I say, right on. If you don't want to do cocaine, don't do cocaine.
Do acid instead.
Do heroin instead is what I was going to
said
say.
acid, but heroin, yeah.
Do whatever you
Do
feel
spice.
comfortable doing.
I'm from Glasgow,
do
not
whatever
Edinburgh, fuck's
enriches
sake.
your life. And I will pass that on, finally, to Thea.
Yes, I'm Thea. I had a blast. It was really fun tonight. I loved a little conversation with Frida and Quinn. I loved Paul's little breakdown. I loved a new god for Selena. That was major. And I love the little story tidbits, building with Emma as well. Really loving the session, loving the little threads interweaving. Very fun. So yeah,
All
I
fun
don't
and
really
games
have any
till I fuck
plugs.
them up. That's it.
So far, you're doing a really good job. So
Thank you.
Yes. Round of applause for Mark.
yeah,
Everyone,
Yeah.
chat.
I'll just cut the
clap.
stream
Do
off.
clap chats.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Sorry,
all
I
the work you put
interrupted.
into this. You
I'm
rock.
I'm plugging the Cthulhu Kid. That's right.
Aw,
Yeah.
You heard
thank
it.
you.
The Cthulhu Kid does sound like the song Tom Waits was born to sing.
It was actually what I called my son before he was born. When he was just a fetus, he was the Cthulhu Kid when I had the ultrasound of him. And then I just stole the name and he's not getting it back. But anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
fair
so if you haven't liked, followed, subscribed, whatever, do so. Otherwise, I'll set Quinn on you and she'll make you do it. Yeah, thank you very much. And we'll see you in a week or two. I'm not sure yet. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, bye, beautiful people on the internet.
Do or don't
We
do
love
coke.
you. Yeah, one of the two. I don't know. And we're done.